We up, little one?
Yep. Little one?
I know. That's what I want to just mess with you. Let me make sure all my volumes are down. And
Guess who's already here, Dada?
Who's already here?
Love her enough.
Already here?
Yep.
Thank you. All right, Dylan already shouting people out. That's what's up. Everybody come on in. Come on in. Okay, that's open up live. All right. So we've been doing lives for a minute now.
Mm-hmm.
And
Dylan's every Thursday now.
Yeah, and Dylan is still showing me how to properly function because I'm trying to get the live up on my phone and on my iPad, and I'm like, super producer said, "Oh, it's up." Dylan was on. I got 2 devices and I still couldn't get it. Try to, get it on, and yeah. So I'm still learning, and I figured that's what some of my peers struggle with as well. We're gonna make it through, guys. I'm telling you, we're gonna make it through. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Daddy Everyday Show. I'm accompanied by my co-host Delonso Barnes. And Dylan, are we doing the entertainment report today?
It's gonna be disappointing.
But we're gonna do it. But me and him talked off camera to bring you guys the best in the entertainment report. That will not be happening today, but we will do an entertainment report, and then we're gonna get better as we go. And hopefully the camera is picking up. So you see this stuff over here. That's what we're going to talk about. So today's episode is about DIY. You know what that stands for?
Do it yourself.
Right. So in this do it yourself, we're not talking about plumbing and home repair. We're absolutely not talking. We're talking what the Barnes boys do for do it yourself projects. So we'll go into that. But obviously, at the beginning of every episode, I mention the text line. So if you're not signed up with the text line, just text JOIN, JOIN, to 770-706-3780. All right. I send out 1 text, maybe 2 texts a week. And then you get all the information about Daddy Everyday and the Daddy Everyday Show. Also, daddyeveryday.org for all the information on Daddy Everyday and to donate to the upcoming center. I'm putting that pressure on myself. Tomorrow I go check out a space. I'm trying to get this by September, but I definitely need your support, your donations. If you just share daddyeveryday.org to your friends, whether you vocalize it to them, share it on your social media, and that'll be a great help. So I look forward to your support and give you more updates. So tomorrow I will be doing like a video or 2. Hopefully I can get in the space that I'm looking at so I can, record from there. But even if I had to stand outside, I'm going to give you guys the updates. I mentioned the entertainment report with Dylan. This is episode 40, by the way, guys. So 40 episodes in. This is exciting. And I still think about episode 1 and how nervous. Well, the real episode 1 and episode 2, you guys haven't seen because they were that awful. And I'm so much more comfortable now. Anybody we need to shout out while I'm rambling? So silly. All right. So I actually don't have to. What's that? They're still, wow.
They called me earlier to tell me how he was still there.
Oh, so Dylan just gave me an update. So Kendrick and his mom are on their way to, where are they going?
Japan.
Tokyo, right?
Japan.
Yeah, Tokyo's in Japan.
All I heard was Japan.
I think they're going to Tokyo, but they're still at the airport. They left this morning. So tell them to text them, tell them to watch the live and join in on the chat. So this episode is all about the projects that me and Dylan have been working on. So I won't have to reference this as much, except for I have a tiny paragraph just to read once I go over everything. But thank you guys again for tuning in. I'm going to start. So.
Oh, we got someone new.
We got somebody new. Dylan's bringing the hot news.
I don't know how to pronounce these words there.
So, thank you for tuning in. I don't know how to truly pronounce your name, and I don't want to jack it up. I'll call you and ask, hey, how do you pronounce your name? So that's next time when you're on, I can, because I don't want to jack it up, because I will jack it up. And if Dylan doesn't know how to read it, I know I would jack it up, because Dylan and Kendrick both read better than me. But my handwriting's much better than both of theirs. Yeah, he did, because he knows. All right, so thank you guys for joining. I'm about to go through this stuff right here. So 11 years ago, I wrote my first book, Daddy Everyday, Rewriting the Black American Dad Story. Everything about learning how to write a book and structure it and get it out to the public, I just learned online. I just like how we do, like Dylan is the master of learning how to do stuff online. I mean, shout out to places like YouTube, you watch tutorials and everything so that you can learn how to do stuff. Like I've done some handiwork stuff and some stuff on my truck from watching YouTube videos. Nothing major, but enough to get by. So, but before I wrote those books, I was doing things in the music industry. So people may not know that I actually have 2 albums on Apple Music and probably wherever you can get your streaming music.
How come you never told me this?
Because I was making music before you were born. Yes. So I released an album in 2008, and it was called Welcome to the AM, or Introduction to the AM. Yeah. So, and it was under the name Mr. Delonso, which is a nickname that people gave me. Like people address me as Mr. Delonso. Still to this day, people will say Mr. Delonso. So that was my name. And the album that I released is electronic music. So it's house music and drum and bass. So, but that's an album that I released. And the other day when I picked Kendrick up from work, we were listening to it. Like I played it and he listened to it.
That's
so
what the music you guys listen to then.
Yeah. So I have an album. I actually have a second album. The second album is I guess you'll say motivational self-development album. And what it is that I had the concept of what if I just did tracks of, advice, and I put it on the album and released it. So it's released under Delonso Barnes. So go to your streaming services, search Mr. Delonso or Delonso Barnes. It's on there. Now, let me give you guys so you'll know if you're on the right one. So both albums have gone double wood, but I just wanted to put up.
What's that supposed to mean?
Albums go platinum, meaning it's sold a million copies, or it goes gold, meaning gold means 500,000 sold. But the streaming have changed the rules on that. But double wood means you sold nowhere near that. So that's what I did. But those albums came out of me just having the idea and running with it. So in no help from anyone. I just did it. I just, found the time and just put it together, researched how to get the albums out, put it on Apple Music, and there it is. What's that?
Love her enough says she can hear a listening party.
I see here listening party comes. Oh, wow. Oh, that wouldn't be bad to listen. I wouldn't play the whole album. And I think, so here's the deal. The reason why people don't know about the music album is because in my circle of friends, no one really listens to house music. So there's no, people listen to house music and people love house music. Probably nobody in the chat, but so there's no time. I can't get their opinion because they'll be like, okay. And that'll be it. So I never share. And I'm bad at promoting myself. I'm really bad at talking about the things I work on. I wish I was more like Dylan, because everything Dylan works on or even thinks about, he comes and tells me. So I need to be more like Dylan when it comes to that. So, also, I went all out. So I also started it's not up now, MrDelonso.com, and that's where I had the albums for sale and information on when I was going to tour. I was never going to tour. But I may bring that site back, Mr. Delonso, just because that's me, and then maybe just do something with it. So it's another way people can find me and get information out. Or if I try to revive my career. Oh, and my record label that the album was on, both albums, it's Lounge 75 Recordings. So I did that. Yeah. So that right there is for anybody that's thinking about doing music. Just do it. Just put it out there and let it work. So now I've sold copies of both my albums. So it's one of those things. I had an idea. I put it out. Didn't really promote it. Like this is MySpace time when I was doing that. So I just put it out, and people will find your stuff. Like whatever gifts and talents you have, you just got to put it out there, and then the world will find you. So that's what I did in the beginning. So time passed, and then we fast forward to 11 years ago when I started Daddy Every Day. So you see, this is the logo now for Daddy Every Day, and
fast forward was the right thing to say.
Well, I started 2008, so fast forward to 11. I know it's probably not
I don't remember what time you started Daddy Every Day.
No, 2013. No, well, this year makes 10 years of Daddy Every Day. That's when I started Daddy Every Day, the organization. 11 years ago is when I started the book. So 2013, right? Yeah, that's right. So 2013, I wrote the book. 2014, I started a nonprofit.
So I'm older than a nonprofit.
You're older than a nonprofit. You're actually older than the book, because the book was released in August of 2013. For a matter of fact, when I was putting the finishing touches on Daddy Every Day, rewriting the Black American Dad story, can you grab the book for me? That one right there. All right. So this is the original. This is edition one, edition one of Daddy Every Day, and if you can see on there, that's Kendrick. That's me, of course. Kendrick actually, I think he was about 6 or something when he wrote when we took this picture, and he designed the cover. Like he took a paper sack. No, not paper sack, but it was a paper sack, and he did the design of what the book should look like. And then, of course, I just used my imagination and all that. And then on the back shows the fathers that contribute their stories to the book. So 11 years ago, I wrote this book and then started doing speaking engagements. And from this book, people were saying, you need to start an organization for fathers.
And so Daddy Every Day came to be.
And that's how it came to be. So I used LegalZoom to just help me get the organization structurally correct and everything. And next thing I know, I got a signed letter from Governor Kemp saying it's official. I'm an official 501c3 nonprofit, which means if you make a donation, it's tax deductible. Just put that out there. That's a selling point right there. People I can donate and get some of my money back. All right, so let me show you the very first design concept I had for Daddy Every Day. That right there, that was going to be my logo, or the original logo for Daddy Every Day.
It seems like you actually painted your hand white and then just put it on there.
This is Kendrick's hand print right there.
Oh, so it's real.
Yeah, that's a real handprint. So, I was trying, with everything I do, including this show right here, my co-host Dylan, I try to incorporate my boys. So, Kendrick's been to some of my book signings. He's helped out. He even, he has a book, which I'll show you guys, that he had, I think he was 10. Yeah, he was 10 when he wrote his first book, or we collaborated.
You pointed at me when I'm 11.
Well, I pointed at you because I know you be remembering ages.
I don't know about that one.
Oh. Anyway, But yeah, so he's I've watched him sign someone. He wanted him to autograph their book that they purchased directly from him. So I try to incorporate them in this. Like, I want them to know Daddy Every Day. I mean, they're the inspiration for it. Like, there will be no Daddy Every Day if it wasn't for them. So, and Kendrick, at my very first book talk, Kendrick mentioned to me, he's like, I like what you're doing, but I don't want you to get too big. And I was like, what do you mean? He said, yeah, if you get too famous, then you won't have no time to spend with me. I said, I will always have time to spend with you. And that's the reason I make them a part of this. So, like, we share this journey together since they're the inspiration. So, my second shirt design, I came up with this concept because dads are super. Wouldn't you agree? Thank you. So I did that, and I sold a ton of those. Like, I'm almost thinking about just bringing it back, like a short release of it, but then I want to focus more on this brand, and then I want to come up with I want to work with graphic designers and come up with some real cool concepts for my clothing stores, which is daddyeverydayclothing.com. So I do have merch up, so you guys know. What's that?
No, there's some images I did send you that you can use now.
Oh, what?
Some images I sent you can still use.
All right, so yeah, so we're gonna hopefully by the fall have Dylan's clothing up on the site so that you guys can check that out. So that's coming. I didn't throw that. So as you guys know about Daddy Every Day, the second edition.
That book somewhere in the house.
Yeah, this is the second edition of Daddy Every Day, rewriting the Black American dad story.
This seems like something Mommy wrote.
No, so one of the biggest supporters of Daddy Every Day are mothers. And after I wrote my first book and did my, book talks and all that stuff, mothers asked me, you should do a book for mothers. So I wrote a book, Finding Balance in Motherhood, Mommy Every Day. And then I had mothers share their stories of motherhood, because everyone has a different story on motherhood. So I wrote it, but so it's not me giving my perspective on motherhood and how you should raise kids as a mother. So nothing like that. But I did I was able to pull some tips and advice from mothers, and then as well as them sharing their stories on motherhood. Like I said, everyone has a different story, but there are some similarities, and we can learn from each other. Like someone like a older gentleman can teach me things about fatherhood because he's already been there, much like I pass on my experiences and wisdom to my boys. As I grew up, I was once 11, so when he's getting ready to go to middle school, I'll give him my advice and what I experienced. I know it's a different world, but he can learn to adjust to that type of stuff. So my next project was Fresh Start for Dads. And I take advice from people because I started a book. Someone said, you need to start an organization. Someone said, hey, you should write something for mothers. And then the next thing was like, you should do something for incarcerated fathers. So Fresh Start for Dads, Reconnecting After Prison. This is the second edition because I came up with so much new stuff to add to it. So this is the second edition of this book. And I'm going to tell you, there is definitely a market for that because that book, like all my other books, are hit or miss on Amazon as far as like sales, but that's the one that's constantly selling. So that means there is an issue that people really do want to try to solve. Yeah. What's the chat looking like?
Nothing new.
Nothing new. Thanks, Dylan, for that late breaking story. But so those were the first three. But and then I have journals, and everything's available on Amazon. So I created these journals, and it's just so that you can take notes. And like I even in the description, it gives you ways you can use the book to, to like either for like dreaming. Like some people like to write their dreams down when they wake up, budgeting and things like that. And this is not. Oh, and these are some of the unreleased stuff. All right, so
Unreleased stuff.
well, it used to be out, and then I'll go into detail about that.
Okay.
All right, so I also wrote a date book. Now, here's the interesting story about this. So, very interesting. Hopefully, you don't get teary eyed by this story.
Ew, I won't.
You won't? Okay, good. So, I wrote a date book, over 140 amazing date ideas for husband, wives, boyfriend, girlfriends living in date boredom. So has date ideas, free date ideas and stuff like that. And then it's like a journal also in it, so you can, come up with your own ideas, keep track of the date ideals that you did. So the inspiration for this, strangely enough, is when me and my ex, Dylan's mom, were going to counseling, and that was one of the things that we should have done in our marriage was date more. So I came up with ideas and stuff, and then it became a book. So that's how that date book came about. So that's one thing I do suggest to people is date. Date, date, date. Make it a priority. All right, so Kendrick's 18, and he wrote this when he was 10, so 8 years ago. Dylan and Kendrick, I do that a lot, mixing their names up, came up with a book of activities. So this is a fun kids book, Kendrick's big book of stuff. It's really fun, like tic-tac-toe, coloring exercises, writing exercises. So, but here's what I did. There's questions in here for the kids to answer, and it's really for parents to then track what their kids are thinking, going through, and that kind of stuff. So I snuck that in there. All right, before I get into the unreleased stuff, I want to allow Dylan time to talk about some of his projects and how he comes up with the things that he do. Take it away, Dylan.
Why, thank you, sir. So, if you've been watching all the episodes with me and him, then you probably know about this guy. And if you don't, well, this is cool, kid. Someone who I surprisingly created 4 years ago.
The camera's over there.
That one?
Yes.
Oh.
You keep looking at me. You got to play to the audience.
But yeah, I even gave him a whole movie. I don't know what you call a movie series that has 5 movies. But even a show as well that already has a first season out. So, and I just keep adding lore to this guy with multiple universes. And yeah. And one day, him and his friends are going to be a shirt.
A shirt?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I'm going to make sure I get that up, guys.
Because they already been turned into hoodies.
Oh, dang. I feel really bad for not being able to pronounce her name. And I've been to learn it because she finally was able to catch a live. Like she hasn't been able to catch a live. So thank you for that. Hey, LaToya, sorry for cutting you off, Dylan, but go ahead. Proceed, sir. Will Cool Kid have a book soon?
Yes, he will.
Oh, boy. Y'all get ready. Hey, it's about you taking the time for us to get together. Just like we show prep that we don't. But proceed, sir. Sorry.
Also...
Oh, one quick question on this. How did you learn to do... and he uses tape on these so that it can last longer, correct?
I just did it because he got wet.
Oh.
From the rain.
I see this is this soft inside?
I use paper towels to put it in his head.
So
his head was all like...
Right. So he makes several characters, and then he stuffed things on the inside of them.
Just for this one.
But no, the
well,
is it Wallaby?
Too.
Yeah, the squishies. Yeah. Like, wow, that's cool. Like, not just a drawing, but takes it a step further. I'm sorry. Proceed.
Oh, so enough talking with Cool Kid for now. I'm gonna talk about this little tank I made like last week.
Tell them about the stuff you use to make it.
Now, I not only used just paper but cardboard, and I basically stepped out of my comfort zone because I only used paper tape, but this time I used cardboard. And I specifically made it so one of my Among Us plushies can just fit inside. And I gave it wings because sometimes when I picked it up, he would take the whole tank with him. And like when I put any other Among Us plush and I try to pick them up and take them out, the whole tank would come with them. So I was like, this thing can basically fly. I'm gonna add wings to it. And I just made some wings. And that's how this tank was made. But also, I just got inspiration from a YouTuber,
What YouTuber?
Jake Carlini.
What's the inspiration?
He built his own tank out of trash that actually works.
Oh, that's the one you showed me. The video, yeah. You want to try to build something that you can move in?
Maybe in a couple decades or so.
Why can't we just do it this summer? Like, we can take weekends and find the stuff we need, so you can just move, ride in.
Okay.
Okay, that's a challenge.
Plan.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. Yeah. So we're gonna make some kind of goat cart.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I've never made one, so if anybody have any tips on that, just let me know. Or if you've made a goat cart, let me know. So yeah, I want to make one. I've never made one. I mean, obviously it'd be for you to ride in, but yeah, let's do that. We're gonna do that. So hopefully by the end of the summer,
we should have a functioning go-kart.
A functioning goat cart. Yeah. So we'll look at obviously some YouTube videos. So now this is going to be something out of what I normally do. I'm more of the, books and teas and stuff like that, albums. Like that's my sweet spot as far as creativity. But Dylan's gonna.
This is really different for both of us. You do books and music and stuff like that. I do animations and make stuff like this.
Oh yeah, animation. You didn't even mention so Dylan makes.
I didn't mention animation. I mentioned a cool kid movie and show.
Oh yeah, you didn't go into detail. So let me go into detail a little bit. So Dylan actually has videos, and he shows me as he's making it, he'll come in my room 30 times. Look, this is what I did. Here's an update on it. See how the fire's coming out, and I'm thoroughly impressed because I can't do any of this stuff. So I try to foster his creativity, whatever supplies he needs, encouragement. Even when I'm dead tired, how to the parents out there, how it is when you're tired and you just want to relax and the kids want to show you something, let them show you. I don't want to crush his spirits because I'm feeling tired in the moment. I don't know the effects it can have on him long term. What if he just stopped because I didn't want to take the time to look at it? But I'm thoroughly impressed with the work that he does. I'm watching the videos and I'm like, he did all this because it's more than just clicking buttons. He has to come up with a storyboard for it. The images he has to map out and stuff. So
and also when I draw them, this is how it's all done. This one finger. It's how you can
navigate. What are some of the apps you use?
The only app I use for animation is Flip-a-Clip.
Flip-a-Clip. Yeah. Never heard of it.
And I animate with this finger just by drawing them. This one finger.
Yeah.
And I use all the other tools with this one finger as well.
Okay.
So credit to my right index finger.
Yeah, shout out to right index finger.
Oh,
well, I do a lot of clicking with my right index finger, but how about when I got my iPad, which I absolutely love, I bought a Apple Pencil. Why did I just start using it today? I charged it today. I charged it up overnight.
I completely forgot about it too.
Right. So I charged it up overnight because, the reason why I finally decided to use it is because I have a document because I'm going to get coaching, guys. I am going to sign up. I ran into a coach at the day gig that I follow, and I chopped it up with him. He gave me his number. And I'm going to start getting coaching from him. So it's time, a business coach. Just take this thing to the next level of with Daddy Everyday and stuff. Because I know it's not that I'm not giving effort. It's more I'm kind of all over the place. And strategy-wise, I I don't think sometimes I'm going in the right direction because, I'm so used to working by myself. That's why, I wouldn't have a podcast, and I know I shout them out every day or almost every episode, and I'm going to continue to do so to my super producer, Big Lack, because I'm so used to just working by myself that I don't ask for help. So, shout out to the people who just step in and say, hey, I'm going to help. So that's how we 40 episodes in right now. So, yeah. So now I'm going to go over some of the books that I did, and they were available on Amazon, and then I pulled them for various reasons. I just pulled them. One is, and I definitely need to bring this one back. I'm going to do a new version of it, is 101 Tips for New Dads. I had that book up once again, sold copies of this. I don't know if I just got overwhelmed with having so many books out at once, even though I have 3 books that I'm writing right now. 3, yes. 3 books that I'm writing right now. All of them are equally important to me to release. So I have a 3-day weekend coming up, so I'm going to get some work done on those, as well as the fundraiser and securing this spot for the center. So that's what my weekend is going to consist of. So, but I wrote that book, and like I said, sold some copies, and I got to get back to doing events where I display my books, because at like going to book fairs and things like that, I haven't did that in a while. So I need to get back to that. But before there was Kendrick's big book of stuff, there was Daddy Everyday INC presents Family Fun in a Book. So this book has crossword puzzles, unscrambled words, mazes, tic-tac-toe, draw your family. So I pulled that once Kendrick book came out. So everybody wants to be a self-help guru. I am not, because I'm still working on myself. I'm just bringing you guys on the journey of me working on myself. So hopefully you get inspired. Hopefully if you see me going down the wrong path, you'll interject and say something. But so I wrote a book called The Better You. So it actually has, I haven't picked this book up in years. So I pulled this book as well because I didn't feel so strong about it. See, for me, a lot of things I do, I just do. Like dropping the albums, designing shirts. I have the concept, I work on it, and I release it. So sold a few copies of these, but I pulled it anyway. So
makes no sense.
What, to pull them?
No, this book.
Oh, I'll explain it. So this book is Creative Juices, a refreshing writing training book for authors.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
When it was here, I thought that said cream soda.
So
Probably because it's a soda.
I wrote this book to help, so I was on a roll writing books. As you guys can see, I probably had at one point almost 10 books on the market, and then
now all these books together, I counted them. It's 16.
Really? So I was rolling, and people were asking me for tips. So I said, why don't I just write a book to help them out on? And I think I pulled this one because a lot of the stuff you can find online, but now I'm realizing this is the basics people need to get back to, because they're reading stuff online, but they're not taking action. With this book, there's obviously writing prompts in it. It's one of those things, it forces you to take action. You can just read stuff all day, but there's no action part of it. People read about how to open a business, but they don't take the action. There's no, the steps. You need to be making those moves to opening a business or writing a book or stuff. Or for those that saw my post, I went to the gym yesterday.
You did?
Yes.
About time. It's so many years.
Yeah, that's how they do you. No, yeah, it was yesterday. It was my day off. Yeah, Wednesday. So, and it wore me out. I said it 30. I said I'm gonna work out for 30 minutes, and I couldn't go the whole 30 minutes because my goal was to start working out in the new year. Stop with the new year thing. Start now, like today. Like today, go ahead and order your workout clothes. You know what? You don't even need workout clothes. If you have shorts, sweatpants, and a t-shirt, just go to the gym. If you have a gym, like for me, I stay in an apartment and we have a gym like seconds away from me. So I said, like, let me just go. So on my day off, I just went. And that's going to be my mindset, is just go. Don't think about going to the gym. Just go. And here's a news flash. You don't need a gym. You don't need a gym. You can do push-ups, sit-ups. There's hundreds of exercises you can do right at home. You have all the tools you need right there at home to work out.
Plus, you have certain stuff at the apartment already.
Yeah. So I have weights and things like that. But the gym is more motivating. Like if you go to the gym, you're going to work out. Like when I'm in my room, just because I see that workout equipment doesn't mean I'm going to work out. But when you physically take yourself into a space, that's when things happen. And that's one of the things I encourage people. Whatever you're trying to do, you need to put yourself in that space. Like I know some people like laugh at the people at their laptop at Starbucks. I applaud them because they know I need to be out my home to be creative or to actually get stuff done. Like there's a lot of things. I got to start taking myself away from my place. I love my place though. But if I'm not feeling motivated to do something, you need to move yourself out of that space and put yourself in a fresh space. Like I even say, like, go to the park, anything just to get yourself out of that, not just comfort zone, but when you're at home, that's when you're trying, you want to be lazy. Once Kendrick moves out, Dylan's going to move into basically Kendrick's room because you pretty much just gave it to him. I'm going to put my desk into the living room, and then I'm going to start having time where I'm at my desk. So I do like 100% really of my work from my bed. Whether it's on my phone, my iPad, or my laptop, I'm working from there. I want to start working from a desk so I can be more laser focused. Because when I'm in my bed, the remote control's right here. I'm like seeing what's on Netflix while I'm in the middle of writing a document, things like that. So learn how to take yourself out of certain spaces that aren't allowing you to be creative, to, DIY, do it yourself. And one last, I'm sorry. You want to grab that for me? Oh, thank you, Dylan. So I also wrote a course, Daddy Up course workbook. I pulled this as well because it's one of those ideas. It's still functional enough. So I'm going to come back to this book because I actually want to have Daddy Everyday courses for fathers to take, mothers to take, and things like that. Also, let me mention this one, anything dealing with Daddy Everyday. I want to eventually incorporate mothers for certain workshops and things like that, because there's things like parents need to work on together, even if they're not together. Like co-parenting and stuff is really a big thing for me. So like I definitely will have co-parenting workshops in the center, so be on the lookout for that. Let me see. Oh, how you doing there, Monica? Cross Ren. Is that your people's? Or is that even Kendrick?
Where?
All right, so I have a upcoming network mate, Monica. Is going to be starting her own show on Evan Vision. So when are we doing that? When she's going to release? In August. Monica Mentors? Oh, wow. Like, I'm looking forward to that. Shout out to Tiffany. How you doing there? Yeah, so video blog it.
He did say he was watching, but I just don't know if that's him or not.
Yeah, I don't know his, because I'm pretty sure whatever his thing is, it's not Kendrick. So, hey, Cross Ren, if that's you, Kendrick, say that. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, the super producer, because he's human, believe it or not, he made a mistake on the spelling of the Daddy Everyday show. Oh, this is a new design. I need to look at this more.
Yeah, I noticed that.
It'll he used the term, it'll be rectified next week. Oh, I see it. I didn't notice it. I think sometimes you glance at stuff and not. Yeah, but somebody's going to see it. Did somebody see it? I saw it just now. Oh, really? Is where my sister at? Because if she was in here, she would. No, we're looking forward to you joining the family as well. So like I say, every week I get like just seeing you guys in here, you guys commenting, and it's very important that you guys comment. Just say, make sure you guys are saying hi, make sure you guys are saying cool, make sure you guys give me whatever comes to mind. If I give a tip that you agree on, say amen. Whatever it is, if my super producer loves it when you guys point out his errors. I'm joking when I say that, but it helps us. So like if we're not aware of something, let us know. Like Dylan touching his mic and stuff. Somebody mentioned that. So like that's the type of stuff like we're doing this for you guys. So, hit us back with whatever concern and praises. Like if you guys like this, I'm gonna say this. I like doing the show with Dylan because I can still give my take. I can still do my show the way I do it, but it adds something fresh to it, and I just like hanging out with him. So it gives me the best of both worlds, basically. And we can't let this go by. Relationship mentor. That's what it's gonna be. Relationship mentor. That's what Monica just put in there. Her tag. Oh, gotcha. All right. So, Dylan, you know what time it is? I'm going to let Dylan get set up. It is time for the entertainment report. All right. Dylan, it's on you. Oh.
Give us a second, lady, and just the phone was powered off.
Oh, why do you say you're supposed to signal me like, hey, give me a moment? Because I could have just stalled then. So as Dylan's doing that, I'll do a little song and dance to distract you guys while you.
Sorry, what?
I do a song and dance to distract them while you.
Guys, look away. You're not gonna want to see it.
So we found out who Cross Ren is. My identity will be a secret to playing this border. So that lets us know. If you're still watching, you guys have a safe flight. Let us know when you guys make it there. Yeah. So are we ready? Just play the music. That's when I know you're ready. I don't know. Can you guys hear it? Somebody put in the chat if you guys can actually hear his music. He likes doing it this way. It's funny to me.
Here we are back at Entertainment Report for the quickest entertainment report in existence. Because the only thing I was able to think of is today I recently found out that Godzilla X Kong will finally be on Max on July 4th.
So because I haven't seen it yet. So July 4th, I can watch it.
Yeah, 4th of July, too.
Yeah, I bet you. I'm sure that wasn't a coincidence when they decided to release
Yeah, I
it.
feel like they purposely did that.
Yeah, that's cool. So for those who haven't seen, what is it called again? Because I don't want to get the name wrong.
Godzilla X Kong. X, not versus.
Not versus, because that's what I knew. It was the reason why I didn't want to mess it up. Because so it's Godzilla X Kong, which means versus. But so thank you for that entertainment report. So me and Dylan, wait, were we on camera when we talked about how we're gonna do the entertainment report? Oh yeah, so Dylan's gonna come with the fire next week, right? You know what that means, a fire? Like, yeah. See, my boy.
No, I don't know. You're
now the boys are smarter than me, but I'm much more hipper, and my handwriting's better. So that's what I will always have on them, that I'm cooler than them, and my handwriting's better.
Please, whatever.
And I can write in cursive. Can you write in cursive?
No.
Yeah. Can't you can read an analog clock, right?
It's the one that has the hands, right?
Correct.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, very good. Well, they do have that. I give them that, but the cursive writing, because they stopped teaching that. It's like, so Kendrick is 18. He doesn't know how to write in cursive. Like, why would they say? Because you still have to sign. What are they supposed to just? You still got to get. So his handwriting is already awful. So it kind of looks like cursive. So, I hope Kendrick heard that too. He can't debate it because their handwriting looked the same to me. If I had both,
Mommy says our handwriting looks the same.
yeah, is and then you had to guess certain letters. But anyway, yeah. So kids need to learn how to do cursive. It might be too late now. It's like I think they should still learn how to write in cursive though. Like I can talk about them and just write it in cursive and they'll have no idea.
What?
Yeah. Oh, I have to say, super producer, I love that chat thing right there. Did you learn that over the week or something? Oh, you already knew the concept of doing that?
This reminds me of just like any YouTuber streaming. They will always have like their face cam somewhere, then the chat like somewhere on the screen as well at the same time.
Oh yeah, the only live shows I watch is the one I'm in, and then I watch Fourth and Peachtree. Like I guess so. Like the only live shows I watch are just my network mates. That's it. So, I don't know. I guess I need to venture out just to learn new things and stuff. But I kind of like what I'm doing, so I just like to keep it me. Oh yeah. So. Also,
I was about to put one of these on earlier.
So, also another thing, I'm big on wristbands. Like I found
clearly.
So, I did one for kids as well, Kids Rock wristband. So, like when I did book fairs and things like that, those sold like hotcakes because kids like, and then they were like $1. So, let me give you, if you're selling anything, always have something that still represents your brand, but make it like really inexpensive so that somebody can leave with something from you and let it carry on. Like, so I did wristbands also to help promote. So I got better at that. So this Kids Rock wristband is cool, but it has nothing to let you know it came from Daddy Every Day. So sometimes you have to do things like even with like if you wanted to build your own cabinet or whatever, you have to just do it. I don't care how much knowledge you have. It means nothing until you actually do it. And then when you have to start troubleshooting. So
an idea is just an idea until you actually do it.
Exactly. It's like a goal is just a dream until you work towards it. Yeah, until you achieve it. So you have to do it so you can learn along the way. My first episodes of the podcast, I would have never got to this point if I never shot the first ones. So it's like you have to just do and you grow from there. Like my second edition of my books are much better than the original because I've learned along the way. Which the 3 new books that I'm working on are going to be light years ahead, are much better, I should say, than my previous books, just because along the way I've learned more, and I've gotten to where I'm more comfortable with my own voice, not like literally my voice, but just how I want to be presented. Like I'm definitely more comfortable. Like my self-esteem level is on another level than it was when I originally started doing Daddy Every Day. So, and I think I think me trying to open the center is the perfect example of how I've grown, because I've had this concept, like Daddy Every Day is 10 years old in September. So that's the same month I want to open the center. Easily 9 years ago. Like I had the idea of opening the center, and a social media influencer, I would say, I asked for advice, and he thought it wasn't a good idea to open a center. Like, and I was real green at the time of running a nonprofit and all that stuff too. So I was like, if he say so, then okay. So now I'm like, regardless of anybody, like, don't tell me for the things I want to do. Don't tell me not to do it. Just give me advice on how I should do it. Like, because I'm going to do it. Like, I'm going to open the center. I'm going to write new books and stuff. So just give me details or advice on how to do it or how you can help with that kind of thing. So I'm all about action. I'm all about that action. Now, you all right over there, Dylan?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
So, that was the one thing. So the point I wanted to make, I told you I had a short paragraph. So I gave you guys the books, the clothing line, Daddy Everyday Clothing, the albums. Search Mr. Delonso, search Delonso Barnes in your streaming services. Apple for sure. I don't mess with anybody else but Apple, but Apple Music. But try it on Amazon. Got music, I guess. Try it on them, and pull up my stuff and just see what you think. Like listen to the album. I got hype because I was like, man, I did this. And like I sold copies of this. Like one person had told me that they played it at a dinner party they had. So it's like, wow, like I'm doing something that is in someone else's household. So that's still amazing to me. But maybe an album in the future. Me and you do an album together.
No, you do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Dylan on an album one day.
I tried making music. It was horrible.
How do you know it was horrible?
Because I listened to it myself and I did not like it.
Wait, you made music and you didn't let me listen to it? Like, were you singing or rapping or something on it? Or just the music? You were singing
with
Dylan
music at first.
Dylan, you gotta let me hear it.
No.
Please.
It's gone. I don't got it no more.
Wow, you have to do another one. We'll do one together and just see. I'm gonna talk them into it. Hey, somebody put it in the chat. If somebody put in the chat they want you to do it, will you do it?
No.
Would you think about it? Can you ever think about it? Like, he's always like, no. Like, can you just like, I'll think about it. The answer can be no in your head, but at least just, because then that way you allow your mind to like, well, maybe. But when you just say no, you shut off from the idea. So I'm not gonna press, but I am gonna try to get him to make something so I can hear it. But anyway. All right, so with everything I said, Dylan's creations, and more to come, obviously. We got to figure out a way to show your videos. But anyway, the moral of the story is you can create and be great. I'm literally just getting started, and it feels amazing because I'm tapping into my full potential. I'm not even there yet. I haven't truly tapped into my full potential, and I know I'm still holding back. I don't know why I'm holding back, but I feel I haven't gave it my all. Like, I don't run Daddy every day like I do my day gig. Like, when I'm at my day gig, I'm all in. I don't do that with Daddy every day. I feel a shift happening where I feel like I'm getting there. So it's coming. It's definitely coming, but we're going to get there. We're going to get there. And with you guys, continued support, which I truly, truly appreciate, I'm going to get there sooner. So any last words, Dylan?
How about we hear last words from these guys in the flying tank?
All right. What last words do you guys have?
To the moon.
Excellent, Dylan. Just excellent. Like always, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. It means so much to me, and it definitely keeps me motivated. And every time I do a show and I leave, I feel so inspired, and I'm ready to work on something for
inspiring. You know what? I can do this now.
Yeah, like I go home and I work on stuff, even if I have to work the next day. 3-day weekend, guys, so I don't work tomorrow. So, like, I'm going to be up tonight working on some stuff. Definitely for the center, may start looking at one of the books. And I'll start sharing the titles and stuff with the books that are coming soon. And I need to set dates. That's the other thing.
This guy being around, all that could change.
Right. I don't know how, but yeah. I need to set dates for stuff. Like, that's why I have September. I need to get it down. When I go check out the space tomorrow, I want to nail down an exact date of when the center's going to open. But yeah, so that's it. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I'm Delonso Barnes. That's Dylan Barnes. And this is the Daddy Everyday Show. Thank you.
See ya.
See ya. We want to be ya. Onomatopoeia. Is that our new thing to end the show with?
I guess it is.
Oh, snap. Letting them be in the
But I said, see, I didn't even think of the rest of it.
Oh, really?